I killed a man in cold blood on a rainy Tuesday in Seattle. Not because he deserved it, hell, maybe he did, but because the betrayal had festered so long it turned my soul into a loaded .45. My boss's wife. That porcelain doll bitch with her fake southern drawl and whispers in boardroom ears had stolen everything from me, my career, my family, my goddamn sanity. And when our lawyer finally cracked open the vault of lies, revealing I'd built the empire she paraded as her own, I didn't hesitate. I pulled the trigger twice, center mass, and watched the rain wash his regrets down the gutter. But here's the sick twist. As his eyes glazed over, begging for mercy I never got, I realized the real monster staring back wasn't him. It was me. The fluorescent hum of the open-plan office in Redmond was like a migraine on steroids. But I'd grown numb to it over the years. Tech bros in hoodies hustled between standing desks, chugging Red Bulls like it was holy water, while I, Jack Harlan, senior engineer at Nexus Innovations, hunched over my triple monitors, debugging code that powered half the Fortune 500 supply chains. It was 2018. Peak boom times. Amazon warehouses humming like beehives. And I was the quiet wizard keeping the gears turning. Or so I thought. That all shattered on a crisp October afternoon when director Elias Crow sauntered into the bullpen, his Armani suit cutting through the casual chaos like a shark fin. Elias was the golden boy, Ivy League polish, a TED Talk under his belt, and a wife who could charm the devil. Jack, he boomed, clapping a hand on my shoulder that felt like ownership. Stellar work on the Omni-Chain protocol. Board loved the demo. I forced a grin, wiping solder flux from my fingers onto my jeans. Stellar work meant jack shit in this town. Results meant raises, stock options, a shot at the American dream I'd clawed for since dropping out of community college in Tacoma. Back home that night, in our cramped two-bedroom off Aurora Avenue, I cracked open a Rainier and told Lena about it. She was my anchor, fiery redhead from Portland, tattoo artist with a side hustle in graphic novels. The kind of woman who laughed at my Noid rants and dragged me to Seahawks games. Babe, that's huge, she said, curling into me on the sagging couch, her ink-sleeved arm tracing lazy circles on my chest. Means that bonus is coming, right? We could finally fix the roof. Maybe start talking kids. I kissed her temple, tasting the faint salt of her sweat from the shop. Yeah, kids. Stability. The raise Elias hinted at would push us over 6 figures combined, mortgage, minivan, the whole picket fence lie. But lies have a way of unraveling. 2 weeks later, HR called me in. Susan Klein, the pinched-faced gatekeeper with her perpetual cardigan and clipboard, slid a folder across the Formica table. Jack, your performance review. I scanned it. Glowing metrics. Patents pending. The works. Then the kicker. No adjustment this cycle. Budget constraints. Budget? Nexus was valued at $2 billion. Fresh off a Series C. I leaned forward, pulse thumping. Susan, Elias said. Elias reports to Victoria. She cut in, eyes flicking to her screen.
Victoria Crowe.
The director's wife. She wasn't on payroll, but everyone knew she was the shadow CEO, ex-Wall Street shark turned philanthropist, with a penthouse in Belltown and a Rolodex of venture capitalists. Rumor had it she vetted every promotion above mid-level. Victoria reviewed the files personally. She sees potential misalignment in your long-term vision. Misalignment? I'd coded the backbone of Omni-Chain from scratch, late nights blurring into dawn while Elias golfed at Sahali. I stormed out, badge slapping against my thigh, and drove straight to the Crow's waterfront manse in Medina. The gate buzzed open, perks of being the invisible hero, and I found Elias on the deck, scotch in hand, Lake Washington glittering like fool's gold.
Jack.
What brings you to the palace? He chuckled, that booming laugh masking the calculation in his eyes. The raise. Elias. Susan said Victoria nixed it. What's her play?
He sighed,
Swirling his glass, the ice clinking like tiny accusations.
Vix protectiva.
You know, Omni chains our baby. She worries about dependencies. One bad apple spoils the bunch. Dependencies.
Me.
The guy who'd covered his ass during the 2016 data breach, taking the heat for a sloppy junior dev he'd mentored, his nephew. For Christ's sake. I'd signed the NDA, eaten the suspension, because loyalty. Family. I left with my tail between my legs, but the seed was planted. That night, Lena found me in the garage, staring at schematics I'd sketched years ago, before Nexus swallowed them whole. Jack.
Talk to me.
Her voice was soft, but her eyes, God, those green eyes, held the storm. I told her everything, the betrayal bitter on my tongue. She pulled me close, whispering, "We'll fight this. You're the genius here, not them."
Fight. Yeah.
But fights in corporate America aren't bar brawls. They're knife fights in the dark. And Victoria Crow wielded the blade. The next month dragged like a hangover. Deadlines piled up. Elias's urgent Slack pings at 2 a.m. While my bank account bled, roof leak worsening. Lena's shop hit by a slowdown in tourist ink. I swallowed pride. Volunteered for the Omni-Chain 2.0 upgrade. Pouring weekends into it. Anything to prove my vision. Victoria's influence loomed. Whispers in meetings. Her name dropped like a guillotine. Jack's solid, Elias would say. But Vic thinks we need fresh blood. Fresh blood. By Thanksgiving, Lena was distant. Her sketches turning darker, ravens pecking at chained hearts. I can't keep pretending this is okay, she said one night. Rain lashing the windows. You're killing yourself for them. I promise change. But change came from the barrel of a gun. Or so the poets say. December hit like a freight train. Holiday party at the Four Seasons. All crystal chandeliers and forced cheer. I nursed a bourbon, watching Victoria hold court, blonde bob. Crimson dress hugging curves that screamed power. Her laugh a siren's call to the VCs circling like vultures. Elias beamed beside her, arm possessive. She caught my eye across the room, raised her glass in mock toast.
Bitch.
Later, buzzed and bold, I cornered Elias in the coat room. Tell me straight, is it her or me? He blinked. Ty Askew. Jack. It's business. Vic saved this company once. Remember the breach? She buried it. Buried it. With my silence. And now, she's protecting our future. Yours too. If you play ball. Play ball. I punched a mirror that night, shards drawing blood that Lena bandaged in silence. The hook was set, the line taut. Betrayal isn't a single stab, it's the slow bleed. As 2019 dawned, the cracks widened. Lena announced she was pregnant, joy laced with terror. We need that raise.
Jack.
Or more.
More.
I nodded, but inside, rage simmered. I dove deeper into Omni-Chain, embedding backdoors, not malicious, just insurance. Code whispers. My digital diary. If they pushed,
Idepul.
Victoria's meddling escalated. She suggested I mentor her niece, a fresh Stanford grad with zero experience, but nepotism gold. The kid tanked a sprint, and guess who got the blame?
Me.
Elias called me in. Jack. Vic's concerned about team dynamics. Dynamics. Her niece's daddy was a senator. Mine was a mill worker who'd drunk himself dead. That meeting ended with a PIP, performance improvement plan, 30 days to align. Lena cried when I told her. Our future fracturing. Leave.
Jack.
Fuck them. But leaving meant blackballing in Seattle's incestuous tech scene.
No.
I'd endure. For her. For us. Endurance has limits. In week 2 of the PEP, I found the email buried in a shared drive. Victoria to Elias. CC to HR. Harlan's a liability. Breach history. Suggest severance with NDA refresh. Liability. The breach I'd covered. The one where Elias, drunk on power and Vic's ambition, had greenlit unsecured servers to chase a deadline, risking millions in data. I'd fixed it, taken the fall, because he was the vision guy. Vision.
Lies.
I printed it, hid it in my safe. Hook. Line, now the sinker. That night, Lena miscarried. Silent.
Sudden.
In our bathroom at 3 a.m. Blood on tiles. Her sobs echoing. The doctor said stress. But I knew. The weight of it all. My failures. I held her as she shattered, whispering apologies that tasted like ash. Nexus didn't just block arrays. It killed our child. From there, the fall was free. I ghosted meetings, code turning sloppy with grief-fueled spite. Elias pulled me aside. Get help.
Jack.
Vic's offering counseling. Offering. Charity from the Queen. I nodded.
Smiled.
And, in my mind, loaded the chamber. Grief is a thief. Stealing sleep first, then reason. After the loss, Lena retreated into her studio, canvases blooming with black voids and fractured figures. I wandered the house like a specter. The nursery we'd half-painted, soft yellow walls mocking us, now a storage dump for Amazon boxes. Work became my exorcism, nights blurring into code marathons. Omnichain 2.0 morphing under my fingers into something sharper, vengeful. I embedded trackers, not for harm, but truth, digital breadcrumbs leading back to the breach, to Elias's shortcuts, Victoria's cover-up signatures buried in metadata. Seattle's winters are biblical, gray skies weeping endlessly, Pike Place fishmongers hollering through the damp. I commuted in silence. NPR droning about Boeing layoffs. The city's underbelly exposed. Nexus's campus felt like a fortress now, glass walls reflecting my hollow cheeks, security badges chirping accusations. Colleagues tiptoed around me. Whispers of Harlan's cracking. Cracking? I'd been shattered months ago. Victoria's niece, Chloe, blonde ambition in Lululemon, shadowed me relentlessly. Aunt Vic says you're the best, she'd chirp, mangling Python syntax while scrolling TikTok.
Best.
I taught her basics, but my mind wandered to the safe at home. That email, plus logs I'd pulled from the archives.
Proof.
The kind that could torch careers. One sleety February morning, Elias summoned me to his corner office. Floor-to-ceiling views of the Cascades dusted white. He was pacing, phone to ear, Victoria's voice tinny through speaker. Elias. Darling. Handle it. He hung up. Fixed me with that paternal stare. Jack. The PIP. You're not hitting markers. Vic's pushing for. Transition. Transition. Corporate euphemism for you're fucked. I leaned on his desk. Knuckles white. Transition to what? After I saved your ass in 16?
Omkain's mine.
Elias. Every line. His face tightened. The mask slipping. Ours.
Jack.
Team effort. And that breach? Water under the bridge. Thanks to Vic's connections. FBI sniffed around, but she made calls. Senators. Remember? Senators. Chloe's dad. The web tightened. I laughed. Bitter. So, I'm the fall guy forever? No raise. No credit. Just scraps.
He sighed.
Pouring 2 fingers of Glenfiddich. It's not personal. Vic sees the big picture, Nexus going public next year. We can't have loose ends. Loose ends.
Me.
The drink burned going down, fueling the fire. I left with a nod. But in the elevator, I texted Lena, dinner out? Need you. That night, at a dim Italian joint in Capitol Hill, candlelight flickering on Chianti bottles, we pretended normalcy. Her hand in mine felt like salvation. Nails bitten short from worry. I filed for unemployment cushion, she said softly, stirring pasta. And therapy. For us.
Us.
The word anchored me. But as we walked home, arm in arm under street lamps haloed by mist, a black Escalade purred by Victoria's plates. Coincidence? In this town. Never. Back at work. Paranoia bloomed. My terminal lagged. Logs vanishing. Someone was probing Chloe? No. Too dumb. Victoria's doing. Her Wall Street paranoia turned inward. I hardened the back doors, routing data to an off-site server in my name only. Insurance. Lena noticed the change. You're different.
Jack.
Harder. We made love that night. Desperate. Her body a map of scars, and ink I traced like scripture. Afterward, tangled in sheets, I confessed fragments, the logs, the plan. Not revenge yet, just exposure. For us, I murmured. She kissed my scar from the mirror punch. Be careful. Love. They're snakes. Snakes shed skins. March brought the annual retreat, Whidbey Island Lodge, Trust Falls, and Vision Quests. Elias preached synergy. Victoria keynote on empowered femininity in tech, irony thick as fog off the sound. She spotted me in the crowd, her smile ablade. Post-talk. She cornered me by the espresso bar. Jack. Thrilled you're committing to growth. Her perfume, jasmine and ambition cloyed. Growth, I echoed. Like blocking my rays? Or saddling me with Chloe? Her eyes narrowed. Blue ice. Entitled much? Elias told me about the breach. You signed off. Harlan. We own that risk.
Own.
The word ignited. Omnichain too? She laughed.
Low.
Darling. Ideas are cheap. Execution's nexus. Play nice.
Or.
The or hung. Threat veiled in silk. I played. Smiled through team building. But that night, in my cabin, I uploaded the first tranche. Breach emails. Signed by Elias under Victoria's directive. To an anonymous GitHub. Seed planted. Spring thawed the city. Cherry blossoms defiant against the drizzle. Lena's shop picked up, tourists craving grunge goth tats, and she glowed. Sketching baby animals now. Tentative hope.
Me?
I withered. PIP clock ticking. Elias extended it out of compassion, but compassion's a lie when Victoria's in the room. Then the audit hit. Internal. Routine, but targeted. My code flagged anomalies. Chloe. Beaming. Aunt Vic says it's standard.
Standard.
I scrubbed surface traces. But the back doors hummed. Unseen. Home front crumbled slower. Lena's ex. A deadbeat musician from her Portland days. Surfaced, begging cash for rehab. She gave it. Small. But guilt gnawed her. He's poison.
Jack.
Like them.
Them.
Nexus. I held her. But the rage? It whispered, poison them back. April Fools. Elias announced my lateral move to support role. Demotion in sheep's clothing. The office applauded. I seethed. That afternoon. Rain sheeting the windows. I met our lawyer, old college buddy. Marty Klein, no relation to Susan. In a Denny's off I-5. Greasy spoons and Joe. American as apple pie regret. Jack. This stinks, Marty said, flipping the folder. Breach NDA's ironclad. But if they breached first, favoritism. Retaliation, we sue.
Sue.
The word tasted sweet. But Marty warned, crows are connected. Dig careful. I dug. Late nights.
Lena asleep.
I'd sift archives. Piecing the puzzle. Victoria hadn't just covered the breach. She'd profited, diverting funds to a shell corp. Her name whispers in wire transfers. Embezzlement?
No.
Smarter. Consulting fees. Elias's sign-off everywhere. Twist 1. The breach wasn't sloppiness. It was deliberate, Elias. Egged by Vic. Skimmed data to a rival for kickbacks. I'd fixed it blind. Thinking accident. My stomach churned. Betrayal squared. I showed Lena the printouts. Her face paled. Jesus.
Jack.
This could ruin them.
Ruin.
The word lingered as we made dinner, salmon from the market, overcooked in silence. But what about you? Prison. Not if it's clean.
Clean. Ha.
May bloomed violent. Storms ripping Puget Sound ferries from docks. Nexus buzzed with IPO prep. Stock tickers hallucinated on every screen. Victoria threw a vision gala at the Space Needle. Elite schmoozers in tuxes. Me in off-rack suit. Plus one Lena, looking fierce in thrift velvet. She dazzled. But Victoria zeroed in. Lena. Darling. Jax mentioned your art. Such raw talent. Underdog stories sell. Underdog. Lena's smile didn't reach her eyes. Later. In the ladies. She overheard. Victoria to a VC. Harlan's on thin ice. Talented. But unstable. Post-loss.
Loss.
Our baby. Fodder for gossip. Lena stormed out, dragging me to the car. She's poison.
Jack.
All of them. Rain blurred the needle's lights as we drove, thunder rumbling my resolve. That week, I leaked more, anonymous tips to tech blogs. Breach echoes. Nothing stuck. Victoria's PR machine spun it as legacy cleanup, but the pressure mounted. Elias pulled me in. Jack. Rumors. You wouldn't. Wouldn't what? I challenged. His eyes darted guilt. Fear? Betray the family.
Family.
The lie cracked. I walked out. Badge in pocket. Fired?
No.
Leave of absence.
Paid. For now.
Home. Lena waited with wine and a plan. Move south. Start over.
South. Portland?
LA? Tempting. But revenge isn't retreat. It's the blade twist. As June sweltered, unusual for Seattle, I fortified the server. Code weaving a noose. The shadows lengthened. The hunt began. Summer in the Pacific Northwest is a tease. Blue skies mocking the gloom. Barbecues sizzling with salmon and craft IPAs. But under it all, the rot festers. My leave stretched into weeks. Nexus's NDAs chaining me from new gigs. Unemployment a joke in tech's gig economy. Lena pushed freelance, Upwork bids for UI mocks, but rejection emails piled like dirty dishes. We're drowning, Jack, she said one evening. Capitol Hill's stoop littered with takeout cartons. Her voice cracking. Drowning.
Yeah.
I doubled down on the dig. Marty's paralegal. A hacker kid named Rico with face tats and ethical gray zones. Sifted the shells. Crow's wife. Dirty as fuck.
Man.
That shell, VicTech Holdings, owns patents you filed under Nexus. Your omni-chain tweaks? Redirected royalties to her Cayman accounts. Royalties.
Mine.
The raised block wasn't pettiness. It was starving the golden goose to fatten her purse. Twist 2. Victoria hadn't married Elias for love. Emails from '09. Her climbing Goldman Sachs. Him, a mid-tier dev. She mentored him into Nexus's founding, but the seed IP? Stolen from her ex. A prof at MIT who OD'd on fentanyl. Suicide. Official. But notes hinted sabotage.
Corporate espionage. Buried.
And me? I'd iterated on that stolen base. Unknowingly laundering their sins. Rage crystallized. I drove to Medina at dusk. Uninvited. The Crow's mansion glowed like a false idol. Tesla in the drive. Gate glitched, my old badge echo, and I slipped onto the lawn. Shadows long. Through French doors, Victoria in silk robe. Elias on knees. Not prayer pleading.
Vic.
The leaks, it's Harlan. We fire him clean. Her laugh. Sharp. Fire? We bury. Like the prof. Remember? The prof. My blood iced. She turned, spotted me, silhouette in glass. Door flew open. Harlan. Stalking now? Elias. Call security. I stepped forward. Rain from earlier drying sticky. Patents.
Vic.
My code in your Caymans. And the prof. You pushed him off the ledge. Elias blanched. Jack. You don't. I do. Victoria's eyes gleamed. Predator. Prove it. Or crawl back to your trailer park wife. Trailer park. Lena. From nothing to everything. I lunged fists. Not gun yet, but Elias tackled. Grappling on marble foyer. Stop. She's right. We own it all.
Own.
The fight ended with me shoved out. Bruises blooming. Her voice echoing. Loose end. Darling. Snippet. Home. Lena iced my jaw. Tears salting. Jack. This ends. We go to the cops.
Cops.
Seattle PD. Underfunded. In VC pockets?
No.
Marty agreed, next day. Over foe in the ID. Civil suit first. IP theft. Emotional distress. Post-loss sabotage. We depose them. Expose.
Depose.
The word fueled July's heat wave. AC units wheezing in the city. I ghost wrote affidavits. Rico mirroring servers. Digital arc. Lena rallied. Sold a graphic novel pitch to Dark Horse. Widow's Code. Inspired by us. Hope flickered. But Victoria flipped first. August dawn. Knock at door. Process server. Nexus suit. Defamation. Breach of NDA. They're coming for everything, Marty growled on call. Everything.
Our house.
Lena's shop equity, gone if we lost.
Counter, we filed.
IP claim.
Fraud.
Headlines trickled. TechCrunch. Nexus engineer alleges theft in billion-dollar blockchain drama. Victoria spun. Disgruntled ex. Post-tragedy meltdown. Tragedy. Our baby's ghost. Weaponized. Elias called.
Voice oily.
Jack. Settle. Vic offers 6-month severance. Reference. 6 months.
Bribe.
I laughed into the void. Tell her the professor's widow talks next. Or the FBI. Silence.
Click.
The facade cracked public. Chloe quit. Spilling to a podcaster. Aunt Vic runs it like a cartel. Favors. Threats.
Cartel.
Lena and I binge true crime. Her head on my lap. But sleep evaded. Nightmares. Baby cries drowned by Victoria's laugh. September, harvest moon. Deposition day. Federal courthouse in downtown. Marble halls echoing footsteps. Marty prepped me. Stay cool. There's snakes. Flip to survive. Victoria arrived flawless. Chanel suit. Pearls Elias rumpled beside. Under oath. She perjured smooth. Harlan's contributions valued. But proprietary. My turn. Valued? Like blocking my raise to hide royalties? Or the breach kickbacks?
Gasps.
Judge banged. But Marty's ace. Rico's mirror. Projected. Transfers. Signatures. Her face? Stone. But Elias sweated. Recess. She cornered me in hall. Heels clicking judgment. You think this wins? I own Seattle. Mayors. Judges. Your wife's shop? Gone tomorrow. Threatbear. I leaned in. Own this. The prof's suicide note. Carbon monoxide. But tampered seals. Your prince. Metaphorically. She paled. First crack. Bluff. Test me. Trial loomed. But flips came fast. Elias texted midnight meet. Alone. Pier 86. Fog shrouded. Ferries ghosting. He waited. Flask trembling.
Bhikshu ninja. Jack.
The prof, she dosed his drink. Pushed career suicide. I covered. For love.
But you.
Omni-chain's yours. I stole the base from your old gig at Microsoft. Iterated with her. Stole from me? Twist 3. Pre-Nexus. I'd prototyped chain links at Microsoft. Fired in layoffs. Code returned. Elias poached it via recruiter, her. We build on it, he pleaded. Settle. I sign over patents. Vic's the monster. Monster. I wanted to believe. Sympathy for the devil's dog. But love.
Complicity.
I walked away. Fog swallowing him. Home. Lena waited. What now?
Now.
The noose tightened. October winds howled. Leaves vortexing. Media frenzy. Tech dynasty crumbles. Wife's web exposed. Victoria lawyered up. A-list sharks. Our case strengthened. But hits came. Lena's shop vandalized. Traitors spray. She broke then, sobbing. I can't.
Jack.
The baby. This stress. Guilt crushed. 2 weeks.
Love.
Trial wins. We flee Mexico. Fresh start. She nodded, but eyes distant. That night, I dreamed the gun. .45 for my dad's lockbox.
Oiled.
Loaded. Elias flipped again, testified for us. Immunity deal. Victoria orchestrated all, he claimed. Tears crocodile. She raged in court. Liar. He begged for the skim. Snakes devouring tails. Climax brewed. Jury selection. City buzzing. But Victoria struck preemptive. Hired goons? My truck torched in driveway. Flames licking night. Arson.
Cops, gong tags.
Wrong place.
Wrong.
Her. Lena clutched me. End it.
Jack.
Legally. Legally.
Ha.
As November rain lashed, I chambered the round. Thanksgiving loomed like a bad joke. Turkey and lies. Family facades in a city of transients. We skipped it. Lena and I holing up with Netflix and numbness. The arson investigation stalling under resource constraints. Seattle's finest. Bought or broke. Marty's update. Crows countersuing for millions. Vic's deposing Lena tomorrow. Character assassination. Character. As if our loss wasn't ammo enough. Lena prepped with Marty. Voice steady. I'll gut her.
Gut.
The word echoed as I drove to the range. First time since Dad's death. Popping silhouettes. Recoil therapy.
Bang.
For the raise.
Bang.
For the baby. The .45 felt right. Heavy, with intent. Deposition eve. Elias called again. Jack. She's cracking. Meet me, neutral.
Say.
Alki Beach. Neutral. Sunset bled orange over Olympia's silhouette. Joggers pounding sand. He arrived in a hoodie, slumming it, face haggard. Vic knows about the gun. From your dad's estate. Tracked the transfer.
Tracked.
Paranoia validated. So. She's framing you. Arson?
Her piplenset gangteis.
Trial starts. You're the unstable vet. Wait. No. Engineer with a temper. Temper. The mirror punch. Public now via HR leaks. I gripped the rail. Waves crashing accusation. Why tell me? Redemption? Or survival? Sign this. He slid a USB, Omni-chain source. Clean title to me. I testify full. The skim. The prof. We bury her.
We.
The flip boy wanted alliance. Tempting. Elias as witness. Vic isolated. But trust?
Fucked.
Too late, I said. She threatened Lena. His eyes widened. I didn't know. Jack. She's ruthless. Pushed the prof because he threatened exposure. Pills in his scotch. Seals on the garage. Details. Vivid. Complicit. I pocketed the USB. Your mess. Clean it. He nodded, vanishing into twilight. Home. I mirrored the code, my arc growing. Lena returned from prep.
Drained.
She'll twist the miscarriage. Stress from your obsession. Obsession.
Truth.
Half. We made love fierce. Reclaiming. But dawn brought the subpoena serve. Lena.
Compelled.
Courtroom Andy. packed gallery. Reporters sniffing blood.
Victoria.
Regal in navy. Smirked as Lena took the stand. Mrs. Harlan. Your husband's. Instability. Post-loss rages. Lena. Unflinching. Instability? Like blocking a raise that could have saved our family? Or vandalizing my shop?
Gasps.
Marty objected. Judge allowed. Victoria's shark pounced. Speculation. And your ex drugs? Violence. Genetic. Lena laughed.
Cold.
Classy. Like your husband's affairs? Or your Cayman laundromat? Sustained chaos. Jury leaned. But recess. Victoria to Lena.
Hissed. Slut.
Yuring screams trailer trash.
Drop it.
Or your next baby's collateral. Baby. Future. Lena slapped her, crack echoing. Bailiff swarmed, mistrial motion denied. But damage, headlines tech wife slapped in court showdown.
Victoria flipped salvaje.
That night. Anonymous docs. Our address. Lena's nudes from an old hack, her ex's revenge. Timed perfect. Trolls swarmed, death threats. Baby killer slurs. Lena curled fetal. I can't breathe. Jack.
Breathe.
I held her. But inside? Volcano. Next day. I visited Dad's grave. Evergreen Washelli. Evergreen's whispering judgment. .45 in glove box. Heavy.
Sadi.
Old man. For this. Trial week 1. Opening arguments. Marty's baritone painting Vic the spider. Nexus the web. Their side. Me the bitter hack. Evidence mounted. Transfers. Emails. Elias testified. Voice quaver. She forced the skim. I loved her. But. Jury women scowled. Men shifted. Victoria's turn. Ice queen melting. Elias is weak. I built Nexus, protected it. Harlan? Thief of time. Not code.
Thief.
Gaslight. Cross. Marty eviscerated. MS. Crow. The prof's death. Your emails urging silence forever? Projected. Handle it.
Eh.
No loose ends. She stammered. Metaphorical. Laughter.
Dark.
Mid-trial. Twist 4. Rico calls. Frantic. Dude. The USB? Backdoor in Elias's gift. Tracker. Feds incoming.
Feds.
Breach skim crossed wires. Federal fraud. Elias flipped to save skin. Ratting Vic. But baiting me?
Paranoia peaked.
I pulled Lena from the house, motel in Tukwila. Anonymous. 2 days, I said. Jury deliberates. We win. She nodded. But eyes haunted. That night. TV blared. Nexus IPO halted amid scandal. Stocks tanked. Suicides whispered in forums.
Dawn.
Knock. FBI. Badges gleaming. Mr. Harlan?
White fraud inquiry.
Inquiry. They grilled. Backdoors.
Leaks.
Self-defense. I claimed. Marty bailed me. But suspicion clung. Victoria's play. Frame me as the skimp's architect. Using Elias's USB as proof.
Snakes.
Lena broke free. Jack.
Run.
Plea it out.
Run.
To what? Mexico beaches. But ghosts follow. Instead.
I drove to Medina.
Unhinged. Gate open, careless. Mansion dark. But garage light. Victoria. Packing?
No, Elias.
Slumped. Wrist slit, blood pooled. Note, Vic's fault. Forgive.
Suicide?
Or staged. She emerged. Phone to ear. Yes.
He's here.
Unstable. Backup. I bolted. But not before snatching her laptop, goldmine. Back to motel. Rico cracked it. Full ledgers. Prof's tampered autopsy, her fixer paid. But Crown, OmniChain? My original Microsoft Proto. Time-stamped pre-Nexus. Stolen via her hack. Ownership.
Mine.
Jury out, we hold. Lena, if we win.
Peace. Peace. Lie.
Verdict Eve. Rain biblical. I kissed her, always. Then slipped out. .45 cold. The noose? Mine now. December's grip tightened. Holidays a farce. Lights twinkling on homes not ours. Carol's mocking loss. Motel life. Stale coffee. Pay-per-view porn flickering unwatched. Lena sketching escape maps. Verdict hung. Jury sequestered. City holding breath. Media camped our safe house, leaked. Of course. Vultures for the fall. Marty's call, leaning our way. But feds want her backdoors, turn him over. Immunity tease. Immunity. For what? My insurance?
No.
I smashed the server, digital pyre, flames in a Walmart lot. Acrid smoke my absolution. Victoria's counter, smear blitz. Billboards, Harlan, hacker or hoax. Pundits on CNBC. Tragic, but entitled millennial entitlement. Entitled. For my sweat, Elias's suicide, autopsy leaked, fentanyl trace. Like the prof. Her signature. Rico, she's tying loose ends. You're next.
Next.
I taught Lena the .45 basics hotel range, her hands shaking on grip.
Protection, I lied.
Her eyes, knowing. Christmas Eve.
Verdict, hung du thee.
Mistrial declared. Chaos, reporters swarming. Flashes blinding. Marty. Retrial in spring. Settle. Settle. Vic offered $5 million. NDA iron. Tempting, Lena's shop rebuilt. Therapy. Fade to suburbs.
But the laptop?
Bombshell. I leaked select files to Wired. Anonymous drop. Nexus founder's wife. Serial IP thief. Splash. Front page. Her face pixelated rage. She cracked public. Paparazzi caught her screaming at lensmen. Lies. That Harlan scum. Murderer? Murder? Projection. Feds moved. Raided Medina. Her in cuffs. Obstruction.
Fraud.
Elias's death?
Homicide probe.
Her fixer flipped. Singing. But flip's eternal. She bonded out. Warpath. New Year's. Drunk text from burner, Harlan. Pier 86. End this.
End.
Trap? Lena, don't. But curiosity. Vengeance's twin, pulled. Midnight. Fog thick. Waves slapping pilings. She waited alone.
Coat belted.
Blonde hair whipping.
No gowns.
Jack. Voice steady. But eyes?
Desperate.
The leak. You. I nodded. .45 pocketed. Bulge obvious. Your empire crumbles. Why summon?
Truth.
The prof I didn't kill. Pushed. Yes, career. But Elias.
He did that.
Fentanyl from my stash. To frame you. I found him. Too late. Too late. Tears? Crocodile. Liar. Believe what? We're same, betrayed by love. Elias stole your proto,
Yes.
but I built it into billions. Share or burn?
Share.
The flip, alliance against ghosts?
No.
You blocked the rays. Killed my family slow. She stepped close.
Besmin kaiting fog.
Rays?
Petty.
You were climbing threat.
Now?
Ruin us both. Threat. I drew the .45.
Slow.
Her breath hitched. Jack.
No.
Think Lena.
Bang.
Not her warning. Into water. Splash echoed. She bolted. I pursued. Pier slick.
Vic.
Face it. She whirled. Knife from coat, kitchen steel. Lunge. I sidestepped. Elbow cracking her wrist.
Drop.
She crumpled. Sobbing real?
Please.
I have nothing left. Nothing. Echoes my loss. But the blade? In her hand.
Poised.
I fired, leg. Non-lethal. Scream pierced night. Blood bloomed on denim. Sirens wailed distant. Her eyes, plea. Why? For the baby. The prof.
Me.
I left her bleeding. Fog my accomplice. Back to motel. Lena waiting. What did you? Justice.
Lie.
Blood on my hands. Metaphorical no more. Spring retrial loomed. But feds indicted her. Conspiracy. Manslaughter. My role? Witness protection tease. But leaks continued from her camp.
No.
Elias's ghost. Full ledgers dumped. Nexus imploding. Stock to pennies. Lena and I fled south Portland first, then Eugene. Anonymous in a craftsman rental. She inked tourists. I consulted under alias. Blockchain for co-ops. Ironic purity. But ghosts chase. June. Marty calls. Vic's plea, 20 years. But twist, she claims you shot Elias. Ballistics match your .45.
Match.
I'd cleaned it. But trace?
Panic.
Rico, burner evidence, your prints on her laptop. Prints. Framed. We ran deeper, Bay Area. Silicon Valley's underbelly. Crash pads and fear. Lena, this life? Poison. Poison.
Hers now.
July heat. Oakland squat. I dreamed the shot, not Vic. Elias. Wait, had I? Fog memory. Her knife. My gun. Twist 5. In chaos. Target blurred? No. Leg wound confirmed. But doubt seated. Feds closed. APB. Armed fugitive. Climax brewed. Cornered in a taqueria. Baja tacos half-eaten. Agents burst. Harlan. Down. I bolted. Lena screaming. Alley chase. Heart thunder. Cornered. .45 raised. Suicide by cop?
No. Surrender.
For her. Cuffed. Processed. Self-defense on Vic? She attacked. But the shot? Elias's body exhumed. Bullet from my gun? Impossible. Twist 6. Victoria's final flip. From cell. She confessed. I shot Elias. Used Jack's gun. Stolen from motel. Framed the framer. Framed. But why me? Because you won. The lawyer, yours, revealed it all. Ownership, omni-chain.
Yours.
Royalties flow post-plea. But I couldn't let you have peace.
Peace.
Stolen. Charges dropped. Her sentence life. Lena and I emerged.
Scarred.
Nexus ashes. My patent's gold. Millions wired. But victory?
Pyrrhic.
Lena left. The gun changed you.
Jack.
I see blood in your eyes. Alone. Seattle return. Mansion auctioned. I bought it. Irony's throne. Rain on windows. .45 in drawer. Hook sunk. Now real. August sun baked the sound. Fairies cutting white wakes like scars. Freedom tasted metallic. Post-acquittal presser.
Marty spinning vindicated Angine expose corruption.
Flashbulbs popped. Questions barbed. The shot. Mr. Harlan? Regrets. Regrets? Oceans.
Lena est absent solo de me. Texte une answerd.
Her Portland shop sign reading under new management. I'd won the war. Lost the queen. Royalties hit. First check. 7 figures. Bought the Medina manse at fire sale. Ghosts included.
Marble foyer.
Now mine. Echoed with what-ifs. Nexus remnants sued. Residual claims, but my patents stood ironclad. Lawyers reveal the hammer. Timestamps predated their theft. Microsoft archives unsealed in the fray. I was the owner. Always. Victoria's empire?
Dust.
But you lingered. Nightmares. The pier. Her leg blooming red. But face morphing Lena's? Elias's? The prof's? Therapy mandated. Post-trauma, DR. Voss. Ballard office smelling of patchouli and pity. PTSD.
Jack.
The betrayal cycle, internalized. Internalized.
Yeah.
I journaled code like lines of rage. Indented grief. Fall colors blood crimson. Matching my ledger. I hired a PI ironic. Post frame to track Lena. Portland. Inked a mural. Ravens on brick. Rebirth. Dated a barista. Laugh lines new. Hurt. But healing. I drove up. Unannounced. Coffee piece offering at her door. Jack. Voice flat. Door half open.
What?
Closure. Or start.
Lame.
She sighed. Tattoos faded under sleeves. You chose the gun. I choose life. Door shut. Soft click final. Life. I drove back. Sound mocking. Medina empty. I filled it. Hires for a startup. Harlan chain. Open source ethos.
Recruited ex nexus vets. The betrayed.
No wives in boardrooms, I joked. But eyes haunted. Twist 7. Elias's will surfaced, contested, but valid. Left me everything, his vintage Porsche, Belltown loft, and a letter. Jack. Vic twisted me.
You?
Untwist. Forgive. Forgive. The devil's plea. I burned it. Ashes in the lake. Winter solstice. Shortest day. Gala invite. Tech Alliance. My triumph. Black tie. I went. .45 left home. Victoria's absence loomed. Her cell a supermax echo. Rumors. She flipped on bigger fish, senators. VCs in for reduced time. Speech time. Podium lights hot. Crowd expectant. Betrayal builds empires. But truth tears them down. Applause. But inside, hollow. A woman approached post. Brunette. Sharp suit. Impressive.
Imelena Voss, der.
Voss's daughter. Therapy fan. Fan. Stalker?
No, genuine.
Coffee turned dinner. Her laugh thawing ice. Dad says you're a classic. Hero-villain arc. Hero-villain. We dated. Tentative hikes in Olympics. Ipas at Fremont Brewery. Sex awkward first, ghosts between sheets, but passion grew. Her psych lens dissecting. Vix the shadow self you slew.
Slew.
January thaw. Lena texted. Heard you're building.
Good.
Be better. Better. Mantra. But shadows lengthened. Rico warned. Vix appealing new evidence. Your motel stay. Gun trace.
Trace.
The frames echo. Feds reopened. Inconclusive.
But.
Inconclusive. Doubts worm. Elena pushed. Confront. Visit her. Visit. February Valentines. Rain-slick roads to Purview. Women's lockup. Barbed wire heart.
Victoria.
Orange jumpsuit. Hair mousy.
No makeup mask.
Harlan.
Come glot.
Understand.
Lie.
She laughed.
Hollow.
The shot? I deserved. But Elias, I did kill him. For you? No, for me. He was flipping. Testifying full. Gun from your glove box. PI lift during the arson setup. Setup. Layers. Why frame me? Twist the knife. You took my throne, the reveal. Your ownership. Royalties? Billions over time. I'd rather you rot.
Rot.
Her eyes. Madness. Or mirror. And the prof.
Pushed.
He knew the hack, your proto. Blackmailed. I dosed to quiet. But he gasped anyway. Weak.
Weak. We.
Regret. Power? Never. But voice cracked. Lena left you. I win.
When.
I left.
Bilerising.
Outside. Elena waited. Free? Haunted. Spring equinox. Harlan chain launched. Beta omni-free. Non-profit. Press raved. From revenge to revolution. Elena moved in. Her books mingling my code tomes. Love. Budding. But June solstice. Bomb. Vix appeal granted. New trial. Witness tampering angle. Tampering?
Me.
No. Her claim. I coerced Elias's flip.
Coerced. Lies.
Lena called. Saw the news. Testify for her?
No. Against.
Close it.
Close.
July heat. Retrial. Circus Redux. Gallery packed. Her eyes locking mine from defense table. Testimony. She confessed the kill.
Gasps.
Her cross. Stockholm. Mr. Harlan, your gun. Your rage. Rage. Jury split. Hung again?
No. Conviction stuck.
Appeal denied. Life. Sealed. August. Elena proposed. Ring simple. Code engraved. Build with me. Build.
Yes.
But September harvest. Rico dead, overdose. Official. Fentanyl. Her reach from bars? Paranoia redux. I armed up. .45 nightly. October wins. Lena visited. Tentative truce. Proud. Jack. But the blood.
Blood.
Echo. Climax echo. Choice. Elena or ghosts?
Both.
I chose. Gun to lake. Splash final. But twist lingers. Was the pure shot real? Or her staging? Wounds self? Debate fodder.
Settles.
Tension eternal. Autumn leaves carpeted Medina drives, crunching under tires like brittle bones. Harlan chain hummed. Open offices in old Nexus space. Irony least cheap. Elena's influence. Mindfulness sessions.
Ethical AI charters.
She swelled with our future, pregnant. 3 months. Ultrasound blob our hope. No guns this time, she teased. Hand on belly.
No.
I'd sunk the .45. Ripples fading. But reflections fracture. Nightly, I poured Vic's trial transcripts, hunting cracks. Her defense, Harlan's vendetta, planted the laptop.
Coerced Rico. Rico's autopsy, fin.
But needle marks fresh, suicide or hit. Elena. Let go.
Jack.
Therapy.
Therapy.
Voss Sr. The betrayal triad, self.
Spouse. System.
You avenged all. But cost.
Cost.
Lena's ghost text sporadic, mural commissions. A boyfriend, stable prof type. Good for her.
Me, Elena Grunded.
But doubts whispered. The raise block. Petty spark for Inferno. November elections buzzed. Senators implicated in Vic's web falling. Her flips dominoes. 1. Chloe's dad. Indicted. Nepotism queen's puppet. Chloe vanished. Witness protection? Or Vic's sacrificial lamb? Holiday prep. Elena strung lights. Belly round. Family. Jack. Yours now. Family. I nodded, but invited Marty, our rock, for turkey. Overstuffing. He dropped. Vic's writing a book. From inside. Empire of Lies, your name.
Villain. Villain.
I laughed. Wine sour. Let her. Truth outs. But truth twists. December solstice. Package, unmarked. Her scrawl. Manuscript excerpt. Harlan pulled the trigger on my soul, stole my vision. My man. But the real killer? His ambition. Mirroring mine. Mirroring. I burned pages. Flames dancing accusations. New Year's. Elena labored early. Blizzard locking roads. Hospital dash. Snow blinding. Our son. Owen. Wailing into dawn. Tiny fists. Eyes mine storm gray. He's perfect, she whispered. Exhausted bliss.
Perfect.
But 2 weeks post. Nurse visits, standard. But one lingered, blonde wig. Jasmine faint. Vic's sister? Paranoia. Spring bloom. Owen's coups filled the mansion. Nursery repainted yellow. Ghosts banished. Harlan chain IPO'd nonprofit style.
Shares to devs.
Billions funneled. Scholarships. Breach victim funds. Redemption arc. Media gushed. Elena thrived. Adjunct psych. Book on corporate trauma. Our nights. Owen between. Stories of circuits and souls. But Mayday. Twist 8. Anonymous email, Vic's voice. Synthesized? Owen's mine. DNA says. DNA.
Impossible R? No.
Elias's? Wait, affair whispers.
Preemie.
Test. Rushed. Private. Match. Paternal. Elias 99%.
What?
Flashback. Her mentorship, his weakness. Owen? No. My timeline wrong? Elena's pregnancy. Announced post-peer. But conceived. Pre?
Doubt tsunami. Confront.
The baby when? Her face crumples. Jack. Listen. After Lena left,
I.
rebounded. One night, Elias, at the gala, drunk confession. He was broken. Vic's pawn. I pitted.
Pity.
Betrayal echo. And told Vic.
No.
But she guessed used it. Threatened exposure unless I testified soft.
Soft.
Her expert consult. Downplaying my PTSD.
Ler spielet, Elena.
Unwitting pawn in Vic's endgame. Or complicit. Owen gurgled. Innocent. I walked out. Sound calling. June solstice. Custody haze. Lawyers clashing. Elena, he needs us both.
Both.
But trust?
Shattered.
Lena called. Heard. Run.
Jack. Or stay.
Fight clean.
Clean. Ha.
I visited Vic last time. Bars between. Owen? Elias's? Her grin. Feral.
No.
But the seed? Planted doubt. Elena's yours. Timeline math. But the flip? She slept with him to therapy his flip. Your ally.
Therapy.
Voss legacy. I left. Raging. Confront two. Elena sobbing. One time. To save you from his suicide pact with Vic.
Pact.
Elias's note. Forgive. Forgive what? July heat. Mediation. Joint custody. But heart?
Fractured.
Owen's first steps, mine.
Wobbly.
Tears, mine. August. Elena moved out. Therapy intensive. Heels separate.
Separate.
Alone again. September harvest. Harlan chain gala. Owen on hip. Speech. Betrayal binds. But choice freeze. Applause. But eyes scanned. Vic shadows? October wins. Book drops. Vic's. Bestseller. The man who stole my soul.
Me.
Antihero.
Debates rege. Reddit reais.
Was Harlan justified? Or monster? Monster. Divided. November. Elena returns. Group therapy. Where mirrors fixable. Fixable.
Ou embables dada.
December close. Family rebuilt.
Tentative.
But the guns echo in every decision. Reflections, no hole. Just shards. Glinting. Winter's pall lifted slow. January sun weak but persistent like hope or delusion. Elena and I in couples counseling. Voss senior mediating. The cycle breaks with radical honesty. Honesty. Elena confessed full. The gala night. Elias's despair. Her empathic slip. I thought it healed him for you. Healed. Complicity in care. I forgave. Jagged. No more secrets. Owen's first word. Mama, neutral ground. We co-parented seamless. Medina co-op. Her in the loft. Me mansion anchor. Harlan chain sword. Omni-free adopted global. Blockchain for refugees. Green energy trades. Royalties? Philanthropy sluice. Tacoma scholarships. Named for dad. Lena visited once. Awkward picnic. Owen charming her ink. He's got your fire. Jack. Fire. Bank now. But dawn brings reckonings. February thaw. Vic's parole hearing. Compassionate release. Model inmate. Marty. Fight it. I did. Victim impact. Stand. She stole lives, mine. Elias's. The prof's. Owen's shadow.
Owen.
Her letter post. Grandson? Let me see. Grandson. Delusion.
Denied.
March Ides. Elena pregnant again, girl. We hoped. Redemption round 2. Laughter. Real. But April Fools. Rico's sister surfaces. Inheritance claim. Harlan's stock sliver. He died for truth.
Died.
Feds closed. Suicide. But no to me. Vic's last hit. Payback for the leak. Payback. Chain reaction. May Bloom. Wedding small. Beach at Alki. Owen ring bearer. Lena toasting second acts. Vows. Through betrayals.
To dawn. Dawn.
But June solstice. Twist final. DNA Redux. Owens. Full panel. Elias? 0%. Elena's slip? Lie therapy ploy. Voss tactic. To bond us, she wept.
Bond.
Manipulated. Rage flickered. But snuffed. Enough games. Divorce?
No. Counseling deeper.
July heat.
Big días. Canse. Swift.
Prison hospice. Her end. Tell Jack. You won. But we all lose.
Lose.
Empire of dust. August. Daughter born. Harper. Fierce cry. Family whole. Fractured beauty. September harvest. Book 2. Mine. Code of Vengeance, A Reckoning. Bestseller. Debates ignite. Hero or anti. Harlan shot. Justice or murder. Forums fracture. She deserved. Versus. Cycle of violence. Violence.
I debated fought. No heroes.
Just survivors. The raise.
Spark.
The reveal.
Fire.
But the ashes? Growth. October winds calm. Elena's hand in mine. Kids tumbling leaves. Lena's card. Happy. Prof here. You.
Yes. Ish.
November grace. Harlan Chain Nobel nod. Peace. For decentralized equity. December close. Tree lights. Owen's awe. Elena whispers. The end.
End.
Or dawn. But the hook? Eternal. The shots echo. Debatable.
Right? Wrong? Gray.
You decide. In the rain-slick streets of Seattle, where tech dreams drown and ambitions flood, I stand, owner. Father.
Ghost.
The director's wife blocked more than a raise. She unleashed the man. And in that unleashing, salvation or damnation, argue it out. That's the American way.